Dark Seasons greetings, everybody.
Ah, Dark Seasons greetings. Tis the season.
Exciting. 'Tis the
And
season for Saint Nicolas Cage.
I was gonna say, happy Saint Nicolas Cage half month.
Half month, 2 weeks. I got
I
my
think this is
Christmas tree.
nice. I believe this is our third annual.
That sounds right. I know we did Nickvember once.
Well, that was last year as the bridge month between spooky season and Saint Nicolas Cage month,
Yes.
where we did Nicolas Cage horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
That was Nickvember. That was last year. Yeah, but I think this is the third year we've done at least some form of Saint Nicolas Cage month.
I love it. But we're
Yeah,
back.
and then I was gonna wear my Santa hat. Oh well.
So you told me.
Yeah. I was thinking about that graphic that I put together. I think it was 2 years ago, the first time we did this.
Nice. But tonight we are talking about 1998's Snake Eyes, directed by Brian De Palma and starring Mr. Nicolas Cage. What did we think about this one, Bestie?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that never ceases to amaze me is we've done over a dozen Nicolas Cage movies on the stream at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all so different from each other.
They really are. One thing I respect about that man is that he will get a bag.
Yeah.
And by any means necessary.
I was trying to think if this reminded me of any of his other movies, because this one feels more like a sort of standard thriller type movie, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which the closest I could think of, at least to the ones that we've done, is Face Off, but Face Off is anything but standard.
Yeah, Face Off is not standard. Do you? But I'm noticing the light changing in the corner of your screen. Do you have it on your second monitor?
No.
Oh, am I stupid? Is there a video playing, or am I just an idiot?
No. My other 3 monitors are just blank. There's just the background.
Oh, fun! So the hallucinations have started.
Yeah, there's nothing on them. Literally, the only thing open is this window with us in it.
Wonderful.
I do think that the lighting on my camera keeps shifting. I'm not sure why, but
maybe that's it.
Yeah, like that. Do you see it?
Okay, cool. So I'm not totally crazy.
Yeah, it's going warmer to cooler for some reason. I have no idea why.
Strange.
That. Yeah. Hey, Bandit.
Hey, Bandit. Welcome to Saint Nicolas Cage half month.
You have to hesitate every time before you say half.
Mm-hmm.
Saint Nicolas Cage half month.
Half month.
Yeah.
But this was directed by.
You just said De Palma.
No.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Beautiful ladies. Us?
Oh.
Well, thank you. I'll certainly take that. We're doing good. We're talking about a Nicolas Cage movie tonight.
Yeah, as we often do.
As we often do. But this is a Brian De Palma movie, and I've never seen arguably one of his most famous and controversial or critically controversial movies, which is Showgirls, which I need to watch because Kyle MacLachlan is in it.
I've not actually seen that either.
Interesting. But I have seen another Brian De Palma movie, which is Phantom of the Paradise. Have you ever seen that?
Never even heard of it.
It's so fun. It's this rock opera from the 70s that's essentially Phantom of the Opera, but it's about a nightclub instead of an opera house.
Interesting.
It's a very good time. It's got a great soundtrack. But unfortunately,
yeah, if I've ever seen any of his other movies.
Actually, yeah, let me take a look. What else did he do?
Scarface?
Oh, yeah.
Carrie,
that's a big-ass deal.
I've seen The Untouchables. I like that one.
Wait, he did Carrie?
That's what this is saying.
Huh, interesting.
I mean, it's just listed as his movies. Maybe he wasn't the director. Maybe he was a screenwriter or something.
That's possible.
Yeah. But that's interesting. Got it.
But one of the things... But I guess we can just dive right into this. This movie is about a corrupt Atlantic City cop who accidentally stumbles upon a... What would you call it?
Conspiracy.
A conspiracy of sorts?
Yeah. Conspiracy to assassinate a political figure.
Yes.
for most of them, it's about monetary gain.
For most of it, yeah, for monetary gain. And this is all going down at a boxing match in
Like
an
a
Atlantic
big deal
City,
one.
a big deal one at an Atlantic City hotel/casino.
Yeah. Beautiful setting.
Never been to Atlantic City.
But it's like
I've also just never been to a casino in my life.
you're not missing anything.
I feel like I got to do it like a nice one, but I feel like I got to do it once just for the vibes.
I mean, it is fun to look at all the like the video slot machines because they'll theme those on anything, like
So
any
I've heard.
TV show, yeah, any movie. Just doesn't
we've
matter.
got a very deep question from John Tyrell. What is the meaning of life, and what is most important to you? We're technically supposed to be talking about a Nicolas Cage movie, but we'll field audience questions. Brooks, would you like to go first?
I feel like there's nothing you can say that it isn't like cliche sounding.
Okay, genuinely, the meaning of life, vibes.
Yeah.
Just to be vibing in as many situations as possible.
I feel like the meaning of life is just like doing your best.
Yeah, like trying your best.
Just like I still have on my office door a quote from Monty Python's Meaning of Life where they basically sum it up, and I can't remember the exact wording, but it's basically like, you know, be nice to people, exercise sometimes. Like, it's not.
I'm not doing great on the exercise sometimes lately, but a good sentiment.
Yeah.
Very good sentiment. And what is most important to me, aside from like my friends and loved ones,
movies,
yeah, enjoying the splendor of film at my local cinema is very important to me.
Ghost.
Heavy metal is very important to me. I don't know, Brooks, what about you?
I'm just naming things for you.
Yeah, what was the last one? I didn't hear you.
I said Oliver.
Oliver. He's included in Loved Ones. Ooh.
Yeah.
You're getting flirted with.
Ooh. Can you even see? Maybe they're bigger on other people's screens. I'm like, can you even see my eyes?
I mean, I can definitely tell that they're not brown. Or I can definitely tell that they're not the same color as mine.
Yeah, I suppose. Doesn't seem like they're that easy to see, but
yeah, let's stop naming. You don't have to name things for me, or I can name things for. I could try to name things for you now. I'm gonna guess. I would say your career is important to you. Probably not the most important thing, but I would say that it's up there, seeing as you dedicate a lot of time and effort and all that fun stuff to it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Family, friends,
yeah,
anime.
That's what I said. Cliche. Yeah. Crafts.
Crafting.
Crafts are life. Running is life.
All good things.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another 6-7. I'll pretend I know what it means. 6-7.
I sent you a video today. Did you not see it?
I did not watch it in its entirety.
Okay, because the video explains it.
Wonderful. I will dedicate a couple minutes to that tomorrow.
Yeah, that is the middle school teacher that I was referencing on our podcast last night.
So, what did we think of this movie overall? What did we think of Snake Eyes?
It's it is a bit basic.
It is, yeah, there's not a lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a twist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's that. So that's good. Although it does happen relatively early on. Like, it's not like at the very end or something, you know.
Yeah,
like
this is very true.
But I don't know if you remember, I had seen this movie when it came out in theaters.
Oh, yeah, I think you did mention something about that.
You know, did I just do that math correctly? 27 years ago.
The exact same amount of time that I've been alive.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters when it came out, which in retrospect, I'm like, I was 13 or 12, depending on the time of year. Like,
yeah, what were you doing?
My parents took me.
Sure, why not?
So I actually, like, I didn't remember most of it, but I did remember some things, like the twist. Like, I was like, bad guy, you know, like immediately when I saw him.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know. how I would have interpreted it if I didn't remember anything from when I had seen it previously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, was the twist surprising?
I mean,
Space heater on again.
I didn't. The thing is that I didn't necessarily go into this like, "Ooh, what's the twist gonna be? What's the twist gonna be?" Because I didn't like. I googled nothing about this. I just knew that I was like, "Okay, this is what we're watching." But so I wasn't looking for it, which made it less obvious. I don't think it's the most unguessable thing in the world.
Yeah.
But as I was watching it, not thinking that there was going to like not primed to expect that, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I guess that's a little surprising.
Yeah. I've been fending her off. I lost motivation
Hello,
to do so.
Nix.
Yep. Hi, Nixie. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, I mean, but it in a lot of ways, I mean, there were unique elements of it. I like that it's largely kind of occurring in real time.
That is, yeah, the verisimilitude I did like.
Yeah. So I do enjoy that aspect of it. No, it is sort of an intricate plot in some respects.
I would say so. Actually, I have a plot summary pulled up just in case we need it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I'm trying to think of how to phrase what I'm trying to say. The conspiracy that they put together seems unnecessarily complex.
I suppose so.
Like, if you want to assassinate a person, you don't need that many moving parts, and you don't need it to be that public.
Okay, yeah, you do make a good point.
So it seemed like they were largely just making it this really complicated conspiracy for the sake of the movie, which of course it's a movie, but that took me out of it a little bit because I'm like, why would you take all these unnecessary risks, essentially?
Yeah.
You didn't need to do all this. You could have just sent your patsy like to this guy's house or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have had to include other like soldiers and the guy who like owns the building and whatever. Like so it felt a little unnecessarily complicated. But at least, I mean, that did make the actual kind of plot a little more complicated.
Yeah.
And the ending was a bit unique. So I guess, like, I'm trying not to just jump around in the whole thing, but I guess in a lot of ways it did feel like kind of a basic thriller, but they definitely had some unique elements and a bit like a somewhat complex plot.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assessment
overall. Yeah.
I don't have a ton of notes for this one, so that might make the stream a little bit on the shorter side. We'll see how this plays out. But random thing I was just thinking as I was watching this, because we open with a reporter talking about how, like, oh, this on this pay-per-view match, you're going to see blah, blah, blah. How old is pay-per-view?
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like I've heard that reference, like, much earlier than one would expect. Not that 1998, I know it was around, like, by then, but I feel like I've heard it referenced, like, earlier than one would expect that technology to be available.
I think it started, I might be wrong, but I want to say it was in the 80s.
Interesting.
Let me see. Here's the Wikipedia page for pay-per-view. Let's see if that'll give me history. No way. Oh, what? The first fight was a closed circuit telecast. That doesn't count. Pay-per-view, home television, and the 1980s and 1990s.
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, so that's essentially what it is.
But that was just a random thing I thought about while I was watching.
Yeah, pay-per-view used to be a much bigger deal.
So I've heard.
Before streaming and stuff, like, because that would be the only way you could watch certain things. Like, you know, a fight like this. Now you could probably find it on multiple platforms, legal or otherwise. But it was like the only option at that point. And they would charge you like $20, $30 just to watch something.
That's some BS.
Yeah, it was kind of, that's why people would like have parties and they would just like, you know, one person would pay for it and they'd all watch together.
Makes sense. Honestly, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was never stuff that I wanted to watch. It was mostly fights. lot
But
of
if you were
fights.
into that and then you could
Yeah.
make it an event with all your friends, that sounds lit.
I do remember them doing like an occasional concert or something, but I don't remember
Interesting.
them ever being anything that I was interested in. By the way, from that newscast, my very first note on here just says Weather Bimbo, name of your band.
That's a good. I came up with the name of my band. It's Unrepentant.
I know. This is more of a general.
Mm.
Because she said you acting like I'm some sort of weather bimbo and like
Weather Bimbo is a punk band.
Yeah. Weather Bimbo is a band for sure though.
Mm-hmm. But
I do appreciate yeah. Go ahead.
No, go first. Finish your thought.
I was just gonna say I do appreciate that they let Nick Cage go full Nick Cage.
They let him go full Nick Cage, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to witness because as soon as we meet our main character, the first thing I thought was, this guy is a cop?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's not quite face-off level of Nick Cage.
No, not quite. He gets close at points.
I was gonna say, but let's be honest. I can't think of any other Nicolas Cage film where he is that level of Nicolas Cage.
This is also true.
Maybe Kick-Ass, which I know you haven't seen, but
I have not seen Kick-Ass.
He gets very Nick Cage in Kick-Ass.
Okay, good to know. That puts it high up on my list of things to watch.
Yeah, which we almost did it this month, but unfortunately, maybe if we actually had the whole month, we might have done it this time.
Maybe. I mean, we can always have that in the back pocket for next time.
Yeah. But yeah, but like the way he's sort of like flamboyant. He has like, is that a gold cell phone he was talking?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Just so high energy and frankly obnoxious.
Extremely obnoxious. But I find that Nick Cage is so good for these manic, high energy characters.
He's a good sleazebag too.
He's a really good sleazebag. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, because he's on the phone with his girlfriend, and you're like, oh, he has a girlfriend, her birthday, whatever, that's nice. And then his wife calls, and you're like,
nah.
Oh, and a kid? You have a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Asshole.
But yeah, I mean, if you are this type of person, he seems to have things. His life is like a well-oiled machine for himself.
Oh, yeah. He definitely, like, put together his dream scenario.
He's happy.
Did you get it? That's next week's movie.
That is a good one. But no, he seems like he's living his best life.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Outside the bounds of the law, but still.
He gets to have a wife and kid, but then also a girlfriend. He gets to work this job where he's respected, but also gets extra money on the side. Like, and I know it doesn't happen until the very end, but you see his like really fancy high-end sports car and stuff, and it's like clearly
he's living the life.
Yeah. And he actually says something to that effect where he's like, I don't leave a 6-block radius and I rule this place. It's like he's the big fish in a small pond and he loves it.
I don't know how much I disagree with the philosophy.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there is something a little bit nice about your small pond.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the only way that most people are going to be able to like feel like a big fish, you know?
Very true.
It has to be a pretty small pond because there's a lot of people in the world, you know?
But one of the things I noted was that when our main character Rick Santoro, he goes to place a bet on the fight, and he gives this guy literal blood money.
I know. It was a little heavy-handed.
Kind of on the nose.
Yeah. Which maybe that was intentional. I don't know.
Yeah. My notes I feel they're so like I feel like a fair amount in this happens in like a very compressed period of time, and I feel like my notes are so spread out because I did find myself pretty engrossed as I was watching this, because the next thing I have written down is the realization that Tyler Lincoln, one of the boxers, he threw the fight, and that doesn't happen for a while.
But that's a pretty crazy moment where you're like, oh, he's knocked out, and then the gunshots, and he's like,
yeah.
You're like, oh.
Gotcha, bitch.
But yeah, I mean, there's no way you could avoid that. Like, that's just the
exactly.
way works.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically a good sign for your health.
Yeah, it is. Also, this has nothing to do with anything, but why do boxing shorts go up so high?
Maybe so they don't fall down.
Perhaps.
They got to get up to like the narrowest part of the waist,
Possibly.
so that and I say this because I've listened to Henry Zabowski complain about how his underpants fall down inside of his pants all the time,
Mm.
and establishing that's because the underpants don't come up to the narrowest part of him, up to his like actual natural waist. So that's my assumption.
Okay. Yeah, and then after I wrote down the thing about boxing shorts, my next note is just a conspiracy question mark, which I feel like the reveals are spaced out throughout the movie, but I found myself so like locked in between each of those reveals.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even leading up to before the shot is fired, or shots really, there are all of these like little suspicious moments. Like you're like, who is this guy in the front row looking all sketchy?
Yeah,
right?
because
Like,
you have that, and you have this redheaded lady who seems rather out of place.
yeah, because she's not even looking at the match. She's really kind of looking at Gary Sinise's character, Kevin.
Yes.
And and I guess it's not really a spoiler to talk about the fact that he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he does wind up.
Because
He's. Would you consider him the mastermind necessarily?
I would say yes, but he's in it for different reasons than everybody else.
This is true.
But the reason I bring it up at this point is because that whole thing was planned. So she is a soldier dressed like that, sat in the front row, and made to look at him so that he has a reason to go over to her and then follow her. So he has a reason to leave his seat.
Yeah.
Which is, again, one of the things I'm talking about when I say a little overly complicated.
Yeah, because he has to give Rick a reason to want to cover for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, oh, I should have left my post, but I was investigating this woman, and it's like,
but
sure.
you planted her there for yourself too. Yeah, there's a lot of layers happening, and not every single one of them is strictly necessary.
Yes, but Kevin as the character is a good actor.
I would say so.
It's pretty.
He sells it.
Yeah,
I certainly believed it at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's like we have that. We have the mysterious woman in the wig who appears in Kevin's vacant seat and talks to the Secretary of Defense. It says, "You'll be sorry." So it's like all these like little things that I think at the time you recognize are supposed to be significant, but you don't quite know.
You know that something's up. You just don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, which I meant to Google it. I can't remember where I know that woman from, the woman in the wig.
I know where I know her from. Spy Kids.
She was in Spy Kids.
She's the mom in Spy Kids.
Sure is. But she's been in other things too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bugging me. I meant to look it up. Actually, the guy, the AV guy, just like that random dude, I don't even know if he has a name. I know him from somewhere, and I meant to try to figure that out too.
I've been having that moment a lot watching the X-Files, being just like the film person in general that I am, because there's so many times where you see someone like really early on in their career, they were like some random character and in like 1 to 2 episodes of the X-Files.
Also, the dad from Home Alone's in this.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's the guy who owns the place.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I'm just looking at her stuff here. As I'm trying to scroll quickly, but I can't read that quickly. Oh, I forgot she did like The Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor on Netflix.
Haven't seen those ones, but I've heard good things.
Yeah. So it was that, but those were more recent. There was something else older that I was trying to think of. I'll just continue to scroll as we talk about things. Something will pop out of me.
But yeah, I was immediately very suspicious as soon as I saw that this woman was wearing a wig. Because I was like, why would you be doing that?
Yeah, and I was it obvious that it was a wig, or is it just because I know she has dark hair?
I didn't think it was obvious personally, and I don't know, I kind of pride myself on being able to spot a shitty lace front in a movie.
Yeah. Man, she's been in a lot of things actually.
Good for her.
I didn't expect her to be this many, but honestly, I think I was thinking about Sucker Punch, which is a terrible movie, and I love it. I have it.
I've never seen it. I've heard that it's like a lovably terrible. You're not the first person to say that it's lovably terrible.
It's not a good movie, but it is visually a good movie.
Okay,
Like
noted.
plot wise, not good. Visually, that's the entire reason I even bought the movie.
Sure.
It's kind of like the movie The Spirit.
Haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, it's entirely in black and white, except the spirit wears a red tie, and that's the only color in the whole movie.
Interesting.
It's visually very interesting, but a terrible movie.
Noted.
Yeah.
Where were we? Revealing her name's Julia. I'm looking at the Wikipedia plot summary, revealing that Julia is posing as somebody else, or hoping to not be seen as herself.
Yeah, because I mean, well, the glasses turn out to be real. At the time I thought she was wearing like fake glasses to hide her face.
Yeah, and that winds up being relevant later, which I like that as a detail. I think I like that as a sign of like attention to detail on the part of the filmmakers, like the fact that they go so far as to show her glasses getting crushed when like the pandemonium after the shots ring out, and then that becomes plot relevant later. She can't see.
Yeah, and I think that really increases kind of like the tension and level of fear for her, because can you imagine not only being in that situation but also not being able to see?
Yeah, that would be incredibly stressful.
So like you can't see if people are coming for you. There could be somebody just over there aiming a gun at you and you wouldn't know.
You would be none the wiser.
Like that is terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But this is also when Rick notices that the fight was thrown.
Yeah.
And then he goes later and he finds the security, because he like finds out that there was overhead security or like footage that was being shot for like the pay-per-view type thing, or like security footage or something that was being filmed from above the ring, so he can see the punch not connecting as this guy goes down. And one thing I liked about this movie was that sometimes I find that this can be kind of annoying, but I think they did this pretty well. The sort of going back and going over something again from a different character's perspective. I think sometimes that doesn't work, but here I didn't have a problem with it.
My only issue with it is that's really the first time we stop the real time, like following.
Yeah,
we have to go back in time, so it did kind of disrupt that flow a little bit for me. That I wasn't crazy about, but it was important context, just kind of see how it got to that point, I guess. Yeah.
But then Rick goes to confront Tyler Lincoln, the boxer, and we find out that he threw the fight to pay off gambling debts.
Yeah. Which is funny because the very first thing he says, well, it can't be about the money, right? You got to be worth millions.
Not quite.
Of course not.
All right, moving right along. Yeah, again, my notes feel so sparse here because we get to the point where we find out that Gary Sinise's character is in fact in on it. Which I would call that one of, if not the quote-unquote big reveal.
Well, yeah, and they do it in like a pretty dramatic way because up to that point, he's still acting like this, he's his best friend and he's very self-righteous and just like super moral, and he's so afraid about getting court-martialed, and then just like turns on a dime. Like,
yeah.
I do love it when that happens in movies where somebody can just flip a switch like that and they do like a good job of it.
My favorite instance of somebody flipping a switch one of my favorite instances of somebody flipping a switch in pretty much all media is fucking what's his face. Ted Danson in The Good Place. That's a
Mm.
really good one.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That is a fantastic one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Julia, she's trying to sort of disappear back into the crowd, which is very difficult for her because she was in fact grazed by a bullet. So there's blood all over her.
That's unfortunate. And it's kind of funny because so at this point we still don't know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I would assume that she was like basically a criminal, like somebody who's
Mm-hmm.
in on a plot, who's kind of used to guns and things like that. And it's like, oh, this probably isn't such a big thing to her being shot because she's in the criminal underworld. And it's like, no, she's just a
No.
pencil pusher. Like,
Yeah, that's literally it.
so imagine being like, it didn't actually like go in, right? Was it like a
No, it
graze?
grazed her.
Yeah. But still, like a bullet in general, even touching you is going to be like freaking you out.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, for a while, I forgot about the glasses thing, and I thought she was having trouble seeing because of blood loss or something. And then I
Mm-hmm.
remembered.
Yeah. But she sort of escapes out onto the casino floor for a little while, and the part of what moves the plot forward from that point on is Rick trying to find her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that seems to be like one of the few like pieces of the puzzle that he could potentially find,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because presumably at this point they've trapped everybody inside.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which,
and
can
at
you
this point,
imagine, by the way, having to lock down an arena like that?
yeah, didn't they say like 14,000 people or something?
Something like that.
Which, at this point, he doesn't know about the guy in the front row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he learns that from Julia, but he is aware of the redhead.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was thinking about this, by the way, that like we generally don't do that for people with any. I wouldn't say like the blonde. We only do
I
it
feel
for
like it's because red hair is like,
so much rarer.
yeah, statistically so much rarer.
It's more of a defining characteristic than.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's just funny that it's like, let me reduce this woman to her hair color, but you know what? She should be proud of it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is true.
But yeah, I mean, so I guess hypothetically he could have gone looking for her too,
Mm-hmm.
but
Also
I think
possible.
I think he was more intrigued by Julia because she was actually talking to
Mm-hmm.
Secretary of Defense before he was shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, she really kind of is the only thing he has to go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the woman with the red hair would be suspicious, but this woman clearly gave something to the Secretary of Defense and
Mm-hmm.
talked to him. So it's like, okay, yeah, this is the best lead. We got to find this lady.
So, hold on, let me see here. So then Rick reveals everything that he's learned to Kevin at one point, and that's when he reveals classified information about this. What do they call it? The air guard, like the missile defense thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, and also I just wanted to like watching this. I just want to take a second to get a little bit real world here because there's sort of the cover story that Kevin gives to like the news as the reason for the assassination was that a Palestinian man was angry that we were selling this missile defense system to Israel or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. So I just want to take a second to say, free Palestine. This shit has been going on for far longer than the last couple of months.
Oh, many, many decades. This is not a new, yeah.
Yeah, it's not new. Free Palestine and fuck the U.S. empire.
Yeah. No, it's sad. And it's like, oh, a Palestinian terrorist. Oh, this is before 9/11.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Although I feel like in this time period, it was primarily, we were still vilifying Russians, like mostly.
There was definitely like, yeah, we go through our phases with who we love to have as the sort of default enemy NPC in media.
Yeah, I mean, we're like more than a full decade out of the Cold War at this point, but like we didn't have a new boogeyman pop up
Hmm.
until 9/11, really. So we were
Yeah.
still kind of focused on the Russians. But, this kind of made sense in this context because I feel like people are much less likely to question if the person is not white.
An unfortunate reality.
Yeah.
A
Because
deeply
I think somehow, even in the
reality.
context of a movie, people would think it was weird if it were a Russian guy and they didn't like address it further. But if it's somebody
Yeah.
who's not white, that's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I know
Which
that
you
sounds
hate to
kind of
see.
depressing, but like, yeah. So I think that's probably why they would have done something like, a
Mhm.
Palestinian person.
But that's the cover story. And later we learned that the terrorist, I don't know if they actually like recruited a person who genuinely was, let's say, on a
Assassin. He
yeah,
was a
the
paid assassin.
assassin. He was a paid assassin, but he, I believe, did not know he was on essentially a suicide mission.
Yeah, no, that's what bothers me. They asked Kevin, did he know he was on a suicide mission? And his response was, he knows now. No, he doesn't. He's
No, he
dead.
doesn't. He's dead.
He never knew because he was shooting somebody and then he was dead. Like
Yeah.
he never knew.
No.
So annoying. He thinks it's such like a cool response. Well, he knows now. It's like, no, that's
No.
illogical. That's not the
Nope.
mic drop I think it is, bud.
Hmm. But then we have Julia. She seduces one of the guests at the casino so she can hide in his room for a little while. And I just thought it was so
Mhm.
funny that like this guy is so into it until she starts like acting kind of cagey because she's not actually an escort. She's just trying to find a hiding place.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm a happily married man. It's like, then why did
Yeah.
you bring a woman up to your hotel room?
Yeah, I mean, there is a part of me. I mean, he's obviously a scumbag, but at the same time, just in general, the idea that you were led to believe a thing and somebody was trying to use you, just that in general,
Mhm.
would bother me potentially. It's like you maybe could have tried being honest with him.
Yeah, possibly.
I also think it's funny that before she essentially like chooses him as the target that,
Mhm.
this guy she's going to try to like use, they make it a point to show that she can't see the guy that she's approaching.
Mhm. And it's not that the actor that they chose is particularly like homely or anything along those lines. He's a pretty average looking dude.
But I think it's just knowing the time period.
And
I
what
think
the standard was, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I think that was very intentional. Like she would have never chosen this guy if she knew what he looked like before she got over there.
Mhm. And this sort of continues the like Rick trying to find her plot line because now he's like lost her into the maze that is one of these giant casino hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to
Oh yeah,
be, and who's he like in communication with, the security guy or one of the security guys who has like all the,
in like the AV booth.
yeah,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
By the way, when did that guy take off his wedding ring? He must have not been wearing it like when she approached him,
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
because he
notice.
puts it back on. I mean, you never see
Mhm.
him take it off, so he probably just didn't have it on the whole time. He was
Mm.
looking for something.
You
Scumbag.
hate to see it. Scumbag
Mhm.
indeed. But yeah, when or actually no, doesn't, I'm trying to remember the exact way it happens. I might be getting things a little turned around in my head. Doesn't uh Kevin, Gary Sneese's character, find her first?
Julia.
Yeah. Or am I wrong?
I mean, he's going up in the elevator with her and that
Cuz
guy.
he's after her as well at this point in the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah, so they actually end up he finds her as she's going up to the room with this guy. And so the three of them are on the elevator together, but they get off three floors before him. So
Mhm.
they got off at 35 and he got off at 38.
Yes.
So he runs down the stairs and tries to catch them, but they've already gone into the room, so he can't find
Mm.
them.
Yes.
But then um, he runs into this guy in the hallway. I don't know. whatever that guy's name was. They definitely said it, and I was like, that's a sad name, like a Chet or something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Chet. No, that's not it. It definitely starts with a C.
Mm.
It's not important. But so Kevin runs into this guy in the hallway, but at that point, Nicolas Cage has already found her, and they've left the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Nope, it's
then
Ned. His name is Ned.
gotcha. But Julia reveals everything to Rick, which
Mhm.
leads him to stash her in a safe place and then go confront Kevin
Yeah.
when and then he finds the footage that proves his guilt.
Which, man, that must be like hard to accept. Like, he says it's his best friend.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like,
That's
and
real rough.
again, it's a similar theme to like the idea of being used. Like, basically, it's like, wow, that's your opinion of me.
Yeah, it's shitty,
So you
man.
can do whatever you want, and I'll take money. Like, I don't
Because
care
he
who you
offers
are.
it. Yeah, because he offers him like $1 million for her location.
Yeah, which would have been way more money back then, even.
Yeah, in $1998.
Yeah, inflation.
Damn.
So it's like,
But maybe for the first time in his life, he doesn't take the money.
yeah, which why? Like, is it because he felt sort of insulted? I mean, he does essentially say later on that he probably wouldn't have done that if he hadn't put a face to Julia. So it's basically because of her.
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
don't know.
he gave up $1 million for her.
My thing is that I think everybody has their line. Like I don't like in the actual real world, I don't think every like person that you could slip a 20 to and maybe have them look the other way on a minor issue. I don't think every person there is like who would do that is comfortable being like, an accessory to a giant conspiracy like this one.
Yeah, and he does say like, I never killed anybody, and Kevin was like, oh, you don't have to do it, I'll do it. But I in my mind, the reason he said that is because like he may have taken bribes, right?
Mhm.
Like, and all that stuff, but he never did anything that killed anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm a shitty, corrupt cop, but I'm not a murderer, and you are.
I'm again, everyone has I feel like it's the same thing as being able as, being willing to, pirate some movies but not rob a bank.
Yeah, yeah. So murder is potentially his line, but he basically does say though later on that like
Mhm.
when at the very end when she's thanking him for doing what he did, and he was like, honestly, if I hadn't put a face to you, I might have gone the other way. So it largely is because he didn't want her to be killed.
Mhm.
So
And
it's
I
I don't
mean,
know, it's a
he does
construct.
like we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but like he does kind of wind up losing everything for it.
Yeah,
But he
which
also doesn't but at the end of the movie he also doesn't seem to like he never says that he regrets it. He doesn't seem to act like he regrets it.
no. No, which I mean that's one of the things yeah, I suppose we are like semi jumping ahead at this point, but that is one of the things I like about this movie is that it doesn't just end when it's like, okay, yay, they've been
Mhm.
rescued and it's over. It
Yeah.
shows the aftermath in a way that I
Mhm.
find interesting, where it's like, oh, he's a hero cop, he gets an award, and you're like, oh, this could be a turning point for him. He sees how good it is to be good. But then of
No.
course, as Kevin predicted would happen, things start to come out. He
Mhm.
loses his wife, kid, he loses his girlfriend, which fair.
Deserved.
Um, and then he's going to go to jail for like a year and a half,
Yeah, that sucks.
which really doesn't seem that long considering.
Considering. But backing up ever so slightly, Rick does get his ass handed to him by this boxer at the command of his former best friend.
He is the heavyweight champion of the world. Can you imagine? Like it it would be gruesome, but at the same time, what an honor.
Yeah, what an honor.
If someone's going to kick my ass, I'm glad that it is a professional ass kicker.
There you go.
Be like, I had my ass kicked by the heavyweight champion of the world one time. We're like, what? And I survived.
And I survived. That's the important part. But he gets
Clearly.
this tracker planted on him. And Kyle was like, at first, I watched this with Kyle. And at first, Kyle was like, oh, how did he not think of that? But then he kind of took it back and was like, if I was getting my ass beat, I don't think I would have thought of that either.
There is no way his brain was functioning at any like coherent level.
No.
I think he was just instinctively moving toward the person he was trying to protect with the few mental faculties he still
had.
That's why he didn't notice Kevin like following him either, because he is just out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I imagine he probably even his hearing was dampened from being hit,
I would guess so.
His vision's messed up.
Mm-hmm. But things, I would say they do kind of work out in the end. In some ways.
Yeah. It did feel a little cliche that Kevin like killed himself, because I feel like that happens so often when you have soldiers who are caught doing something illegal or immoral. Like I feel like that is the go-to solution in a lot of movies.
Yeah, it kind of is,
because they're like, oh, honor.
Yeah,
it's like it feels like a cop-out in
a little
some respects. Yeah. So that's kind of silly. Also, shooting himself in the heart, that's wild.
Yeah, that was strange.
The angle, I'm just thinking about like the angle of it, like I don't know.
Yeah, a little weird.
He had that long silencer.
Oh, yeah, that does make it even stranger. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, so at least it gets resolved in a very weird way where they lunge out at a police vehicle in a hurricane.
I mean, the hurricane becomes relevant.
It does. But they end up under the police vehicle, actually. But it is kind of an intense moment where he's basically like, oh no, this is a suspect. I'm trying to catch her. And he gives Rick like one last chance to be like, right? Tell them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bitch, no.
Nope. So what did we think of this overall?
Again, there are fun elements.
What would you rate it?
Yeah. I will say I did not like the attempt at forced romance at the very end.
Yeah, I didn't love it.
It's like, oh, he saved this woman. That's cool. Like, that's good enough. You don't have to make it like they're going to be a thing. They don't have to kiss. Like, he's just the guy who saved a woman. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just felt very fake and forced. And it's like, this dude just lost his wife and his girlfriend. He's clearly a womanizer.
Wouldn't trust him.
Yeah, not a good choice on your part. Yeah, so that bit of it really bothered me. So I try to pretend I just didn't see that part.
Mm-hmm.
And instead it ends with him going to, we find out he's going off to jail. That's like, you know what, fair. Yeah. On a 5, 3?
I gave it a 3 on Letterboxd, and honestly, a 6 out of 10 also feels fair.
Yeah.
Maybe a 6.5 for Nick
Cage.
Actually,
yeah, I was gonna say 6, but if I had to like shift it a half point, I'd probably go closer to 5.5. But I feel like 6 is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But he is our patron saint.
He is our patron saint,
and he does get to Nick Cage it up. Like
cages it up a lot, and I do love to see it.
Yep. Let that man do whatever he wants whenever he wants.
Exactly. God, I would love to interview him. How much fun would that be? Unfortunately, he is one of the one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, so that's never happening.
Prolific and well-known actors.
Yeah, so not happening, but damn, isn't it fun to think about?
Yeah. Man. I don't know if I can handle it.
He also he fascinates me so much as a person because he sometimes makes incredibly bizarre acting choices, but as soon as he starts talking about like film just as a medium, it becomes so clear that he is such a cinema guy.
Oh yeah, he's a big film geek,
which like is fantastic and like what I want in an actor. I want someone with a very deep appreciation for the art form.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
I love different ones for different reasons, but I
Mhm.
think my overall like I think his best work is Pig.
Mm. Yeah, I don't
I
care
think
about that
my
work.
I think my favorite might be Mandy.
Interesting. Yeah, that's not. I guess that doesn't surprise me.
What about you?
It's kind of a tie between. Well, actually, you know what? Con Air.
Okay.
I was going to say between Con Air and Face Off, but Con Air is one of those movies I have seen so many times, and I still like every time I happen to just come across. I'm like, "Oh, Con Air!"
I feel like these answers are very reflective of our personalities.
That's sort of why I asked because I had a feeling you were going to choose something of his that was like a more serious role. Um, Whereas I'm always going to go like the most ridiculous route,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I mean I think Face Off is his most ridiculous role.
I would agree.
I'm thinking about the beginning of it where he's like dancing around in the priestly get up and
Yeah. Oh, that made me laugh.
it's pretty silly. It's pretty silly.
All right. Well, this has been our first movie of Saint Nicolas Cage half month.
Mm-hmm. You didn't hesitate.
I didn't, I don't know if it has to happen every single time.
Fine, fine. We only have one more week of it, so
This is true. But I think we're off to a great start, and I'm excited to talk about Dream Scenario next week, same time, same place, 8 o'clock,
mhm.
here on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah, look at us,
Um,
all the platforms.
all the platforms. We've still got our deal going on with the Bull and Bee. You can go to thebullandbee.com and use code MonsterMead at checkout for $5 off your online mead order. We've got Big Dumb Monsters coming up on Monday, Regrettable Reviews on Tuesday, talking about Gattaca with Arthur, and then bringing it back around to not Regrettable Reviews, Jesus Bridget, Fighting with
This
Friends,
test.
this show on Wednesday, and then Dream Scenario on Thursday.
To conclude our St. Nicolas Cage half
Half
month.
month. And then after that, we start talking about the second season of Fallout the day after the first episode drops, December 18th. We are starting to talk about season 2.
So I actually just had my last day of class today. And so we'll be in finals next.
Yay!
So my last final exam is going to be next Thursday, so a week from today, so a week before we do Fallout. And so I don't have any classes or anything. I'm going to play a lot of Fallout to prepare myself mentally. Is the
As
whole
you
point.
should. I will also be playing a lot of Fallout to prepare myself mentally, perhaps rewatching the series because Shannon has yet to see it.
Yeah, and it's been a while. We started rewatching it at one point when I was there. We watched the first few episodes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I need to go back and rewatch it and refresh my memory on stuff. So it'll be basically a Fallout week starting next Thursday through the following
Wonderful. All right. It's been real, everybody. We will see you next week. Adios.